Roberto Clemente, Chapter 11. Go Get It. By 1972, only 10 players in the history of baseball had gotten 3,000 hits. Roberto badly wanted to be number 11. When the season began, he needed only 118 hits to reach the magic number. Roberto had gotten more than 118 hits every year he had played in the major leagues. "He won't have any trouble," said his family and friends. "He'll make it." With 3,000 hits, Roberto was sure to be the first Latin American ballplayer to be voted into baseball's Hall of Fame. But during much of the season, Roberto was either hurt or sick. He had the flu, a stomach virus, trouble with his heels. He lost 10 pounds and had to wear a uniform that belonged to a thinner teammate. By the middle of August, Roberto had missed almost half of the Pirates' games. People stopped talking about 3,000 hits. There just weren't enough games left in the season, they thought, and nobody knew if he would be well enough to play again the next year. This says, will he make 3,000 hits? Roberto holds a stack of mail from fans wishing him well. With only 26 games left, Roberto still needed 25 hits to get to 3,000. And then in September, he started to hit. Was there a chance he might get to his 3,000th hit after all? On September 28th in Philadelphia, Roberto faced Steve Carlton, the great Phillies pitcher. He hit a single to right field. It was hit number 2,999. Right away, Roberto was taken out of the lineup. Everyone wanted him to get this 3,000th hit in Pittsburgh in front of the hometown fans. The next night in Pittsburgh, it was cold and rainy. Even so, 24,000 fans turned out to cheer Roberto on. The Pirates were playing in the New York Mets. Tom Seaver was pitching. If Seaver could win this game, it would be another 20-game season for the Mets' ace pitcher. The crowd cheered loudly as Roberto walked up to the plate in the first inning. One of Seaver's fastballs whizzed over the plate. Roberto swung hard but did not get much wood on the ball. It bounced over Seaver's glove. The second baseman ran in to grab it. The ball bounced off his glove. Roberto pulled up at first base. Was the play a hit or an error? If the scorekeeper said it was an error, Roberto would not get his 3,000th hit. It was so noisy in the stadium that only a few people heard the words, "Error, second baseman," over the loudspeaker. All eyes turned toward the scoreboard. For what seemed like a long time there was nothing. Then the big H went up for a hit. The crowd cheered and clapped. The people were sure that Roberto had gotten the hit number 3,000. Suddenly, everyone became quiet. The H disappeared. An E for error went up on the scoreboard. The scoreboard crew had not heard the call. They made a big mistake when they put up the H. Boos sounded in the stadium. The Pirate fans felt cheated. So did Roberto. He was up 3 more times that night, but he could not get another hit. "I'll be out there swinging again tomorrow," Roberto said after the game. The next day, John Matlock pitched for the Mets. That was bad news for Roberto. He had not hit one of Matlock's pitches all season. In the first inning, Roberto struck out. He came up to bat again in the 4th inning. All-star first baseman Willie Stargell was Roberto's best friend on the team. He handed Roberto a bat. "Go get it," Stargell said. And Roberto did. He sent a hard line drive bouncing off the left field wall for a double. The cheering that filled the stadium lasted for a full minute. On second base, Roberto tipped his helmet to the fans. Willie Mays left the Mets dugout and came over to shake Roberto's hand. On that day, September 30th, 1972, there were just 3 men playing baseball who had 3,000 hits. They were Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, and now Roberto Clemente. This is a picture. It says, "Pittsburgh fans go wild as Roberto rests at second base after his record-tying hit." And the sign in the stadium says, "Roberto is now one of 11 players in Major League history to get 3,000 or more hits."